Why does anything exist at all? Why is there a universe with its galaxies, its life, you, me, rich, poor, its joy and sorrow, instead of just nothing? Most answers point to a creator who needed to create, a god who was lonely or bored or wanted to be worshipped. But in the Sanātana view, the answer is stranger and more beautiful. The divine, they say, is complete, lacking nothing. If creation were required to fill a deficiency, the divine would not be Parabrahman, the ultimate and self-sufficient reality. Creation is therefore not a repair mechanism. It is not a solution to a problem. Across centuries and streams of Sanātana thought, Vedānta, Śaivism, Śāktism, Vaishnavism, the question is constantly reframed. From what is missing that creation must supply, to what is so complete that creation becomes possible. We say the Parabrahman, the ultimate and self-sufficient reality, is infinite. When something is infinite, possibility is unavoidable. And when possibility exists, expression eventually appears, not by choice or intention, but by nature. Creation is not a decision, it is an emergent outcome. Reality in its ultimate state is already complete. Shiva as pure consciousness lacks nothing. Shakti as pure potential energy is infinite. Imagine an infinite library, every possible book, every story ever conceivable, every combination of letters that could ever exist. Nothing is missing. Every story already exists inside it. Yet as long as every book remains closed, the library is complete and utterly silent. Opening one book adds nothing new. It simply allows the experience of that story. It simply makes one possibility explicit, one story understood, experienced, and felt. Creation works the same way. The Absolute does not create to gain, it creates to experience what it already contains. For experience to happen, you need two things, the aware and that which is aware of, the seer and the seen, the observer and the observation. In absolute consciousness, there is awareness, but nothing to be aware of. It remains pure potential. A mirror that has never faced anything reflects nothing, not because it cannot, but because nothing has yet stood before it. A mirror can only reflect in the presence of an object in front of it. At the human level, the same logic applies. Awareness without life becomes sterile. Life without awareness becomes suffering. Meaning arises only when consciousness engages with form, without being consumed by it. Creation introduces just enough limitation to allow movement, not because limitation is inferior, but because experience requires edges. You cannot hear music without pauses. You cannot experience time without before and after. This contrast makes experience happen. Consciousness explores its own possibilities through form, motion, and relationship. Shakti manifests worlds not because she must, but because she can. Shiva witnesses not because he is detached, but because witnessing preserves coherence. Infinity by itself is unbounded. Form introduces edges. Like white light passing through a prism, the colors were always present. The prism simply reveals them. Creation is the prism. Form, time, space, and causation act as lenses through which infinite potential becomes visible, experiential, relational. There is also a deeper intelligence at work. Energy in its raw state is immense, but unstable. Through creation, Shakti encounters form, limitation, rhythm. Time refines impulse. Experience disciplines power. Creation becomes the field in which energy learns how to move, without destroying what it touches. The opposite of creation is dissolution, and dissolution is not opposed to creation. It completes it. The Isha Upanishad holds both together, movement and stillness, not as opposites but as the same reality breathing. A seed already contains the tree. The tree adds nothing new, yet growth matters, because growth is how potential becomes lived reality. The Supreme does not gain knowledge from creation. It encounters itself in motion. So the need for creation is not obligation. It is exploration. It is resonance. It is the universe discovering what it already contains. Creation is not effort. It is play. It's Leela.